Good afternoon. This is Inspiring Syed Masroor. I will discuss a very important topic relating to human resources and the business continuity today. And it is succession planning process. Why succession planning is important in the companies, in the businesses, in the organizations? Because through succession planning, the companies they proactively develop and prepare future leaders who could hold onto the critical positions in case there is a vacuum and the people who are already working on such senior roles and critical positions they tend to resign or leave the organizations. So this is the responsibility of the human resources department to work with the business leaders, with the senior executives, with the departmental heads to proactively prepare the succession plans so that in case of such eventualities those roles could be replaced with the existing internal resources. So how the succession planning is carried out? It is an internal talent pool that is being prepared, and the purpose is, as I mentioned earlier, to fill the critical positions in case there is an eventuality whereby the current position holders they tend to resign and leave. But there are challenges in the succession planning. What are those challenges? Number one, at the time of hiring, the positions are filled with the candidates looking at their past performance. There is a less tendency to see their future capabilities, whether they will be able to get ready to take over senior positions in the futures. Then, at the time of choosing the successors, there is always a subjective approach. There is a bias. There is a personal liking and disliking. So that is going to ruin the succession planning process. There is another challenge in carrying out the succession planning, and it is to see the future readiness of the candidates, whether they have the capabilities to take over the senior roles in the future or not. Then there is a lack of development programs, mentoring, and customized training and development plans and programs for those who are being considered for future roles. Then it is normally assumed that the position holders performing their jobs in the lower positions they can grow and become future leaders. So this is also an assumption. HR and the senior executives they don't work proactively to identify the critical position holders who could be prepared for the future roles, and there is no proactive approach to work on the succession planning models, mentoring and customized training programs. So these are some of the challenges which are being faced at the time of carrying out the succession planning. I will talk about 7 steps process of succession planning. Step number 1, identify the critical positions that should be prepared for the future roles. And such positions cannot be limited to only the senior executives. Such positions can be in the cross-functional roles in different departments and technical roles and positions. And such positions can be identified by the HR department with the help of the business leaders, senior management people. And at the time of identifying such positions, it should be kept in mind that such roles cannot be left vacant for a longer period of time because it can attract business losses, it can attract risk to the business management and continuity. Number 2, create the success profiles for such positions. So the HR department, it is their responsibility to create the success profiles looking at the behavioral requirements, the skills, knowledge, attributes, and uh, other skill set which is very critical for such positions. So this needs to be identified so that success profiles could be created. Success profiles should be objective, it should be efficient, and it should reflect the futuristic importance of certain positions in the organization. Step number 3, there should be an extended pool of the talent. The future roles or the critical positions considered to be into succession planning should not be limited to the senior management only. The HR department should work to identify such positions in the cross-functional roles in different departments, in different arenas which are very critical to the business management and to the business continuity. So the help of the different stakeholders in the organization, including the senior management board, so that a diverse and robust talent pool could be created. Effective succession planning tools can be developed by seeing the leadership, agility, culture, and the futuristic values of the candidates who could be fit into those positions and they can perform better. Then assess the suitability of the candidates based on their performance and on their behavioral side to have an objective assessment of the candidates. I think the simulation exercises are required, the cognitive assessments, the on-the-job performance of the candidates, 360-degree feedback of their performance, psychometric testing. So different assessment tools should be involved so that better candidates could be chosen who could be part of the succession planning and they can be able to perform better in their roles in the future. Customized trainings and development programs will be required to prepare better successors for the future. Such programs can be developed in consultation with the senior people, with the senior management position holders. On the job trainings can be conducted. Mentoring programs can be initiated and introduced into the organizations. Job shadowing and stretch assignments. These are some of the development plans and development programs that could be initiated by the HR department with the help of the senior management so that the people could be prepared better for the future roles under the umbrella of the succession planning. Last but not least, being proactive is very important. If the HR department and the companies they are not really proactive, they will be attracting the risk of losing their potential people in the future and having a vacuum of talent, a vacuum of potential, which will badly affect their business continuity. So I think, as far as my understanding, the succession planning starts when you are hiring the people. At the time of acquiring the talent, you should look at the candidates from the future point of view so that they could not only perform their work in their current roles, but they should have the potential, talent, and the capabilities to take over the responsibilities in the future and do better in the future roles, in the senior leadership roles. It is how the effective succession planning can be put in place. Coming to the succession planning model, I suggest that 9-box model or 9-box grid is the most suitable model for the succession planning, which is normally used by the companies, by the organizations. It involves potential gem, high potential, and star performance. So under these three boxes, the rest of the boxes can be placed. I will include the infographic of this model into the description box so that you could be able to see it. But it has to be done in a very effective and efficient way. Then in each box, different employees, different performance, they would be put into those boxes and the boxes would be allocated accordingly. Then it has to be reviewed and revised on regular basis. Training programs, customized development programs have to be initiated by the HR department so that the potential of the people could be identified and they could be further groomed for the future roles. Boxes should be changed as and when there is a change in the performance, in the potential, in the talent of the position holders. So it is how their suitability can be maintained, and this is a long term process. It will not be over within few months. It will take some time, years. It depends upon the size of the companies. It is a small company or it is a medium size or it is a large organization. So it depends upon the complexity of the organization structure and the business itself. So the role of HR is very important and very critical, and they have to follow the true guidelines and principles of this succession planning model, which is 9 box model or 9 box grid. HR professionals and experts, they have to read and learn more about it, and it is how they can apply it into their companies, into their organizations. There are different benefits of succession planning. Number one, employee retention and engagement is easier. When the companies they start working on the succession planning, the employees they are given the understanding and feeling that their grooming is being taken care of by the companies, they are being developed for the future roles, they have a chances of positive growth, internal growth, both horizontal and vertical. So they would be more interested, their loyalty will be increased, they will be inspired and motivated, and their productivity will be enhanced manifold. So the employee retention engagement will be easier. Number two, business continuity will be ensured by preparing the future leaders. If there is any kind of eventuality when the existing position holders they leave, the replacements will be done within no time. There will be a seamless transition of the successors. Development and training programs will be put in place. There will be a continuous learning culture in the organizations, and this will give a positive motivation to the employees that their development side is being taken care of. The overall business results will be improved. The individual and collective performance will be increased in a different way. So the results of the business, when the stakeholders they will talk about their value, they will talk about the human capability, so that will be taken care of effectively by the management and by the HR department. I was going through different companies succession planning processes, including IBM, Apple, Procter and Gamble, uh, and General Electric. So there were two, three things which were very common. First, they were looking at their internal talent. They were developing them and grooming them. Number two, their targeted, customized development plans were robust. They were looking at the trainings, at the mentoring and coaching, and stretch assignments. Number three, they were also involving the fresh perspectives with the existing and the internal talent pool. So it is how they were creating a robust and strong model of succession planning for the future leaders and to ensure the business continuity in the future. I have gone through different studies, and it has been established that the organizations that have followed a structured succession plan, their chances of success are much higher than the rest of the organizations. They have got an edge over their competitors. So, in the talent management process, the succession planning is very critical and very important, particularly when today there is a remote work environment. Digitization has taken its pace at an aggressive level. There is increased demand from the employees, from different people, that their learning and development should be taken care of. So the diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is a new perspective into the organization, into the workplace culture. So all these elements and aspects of the organization and the businesses, they demand that succession planning should be put in place. It is how the organization will be sustainable. They will be robust and strong, and they will be focusing more on their businesses instead of looking more for the workforce contingency planning or workforce replacement whenever there is no succession planning in place. I hope this video will benefit the HR professionals and the senior managers. Succession planning is not a very simple process. It is complex, but it can be made doable by the HR professionals and the experts. It should be considered and put in place so that maximum and optimum results could be achieved. Thank you very much and have a good day.